My name's Sam Harper, I'm 22 years old and I am a radio presenter and journalist. I've been doing it for the past 8 years or so. I started out when I was quite a lot younger, volunteering on community radio, and then from there I've worked my way around various commercial stations, and now I'm here at GEM in the East Midlands, and also I work for some BBC local stations as well. Recently, one of the biggest challenges facing radio is getting a younger generation to listen. So I'm 22 years old, and getting people a little bit younger than me or a little bit older than me to start listening and keep listening is one of the hardest things, because they've got so much choice now. You've got streaming services which allow you to listen to music or podcasts, and you're choosing what you're listening to. It's personalised to you, whereas if you're listening to the radio, you kind of just have to listen to what you're being given. Because young people aren't listening to the radio as much anymore, it is having some pretty bad consequences to people who work in this industry. And bear in mind that people who work in radio have always kind of dreamt of working in radio. They grew up pretending to be on the radio, and now a lot of my friends who work in the industry are losing their jobs, because if young people aren't listening, then radio stations are making less money, and big companies who own stations like GEM here are having to make cutbacks, and it is pretty devastating for a lot of people. They lose their dream job, which is a horrible thing. In order to tackle this problem, radio stations are now having to diversify. Instead of just doing radio, they're now having to do loads of content on other platforms as well. If there's a particularly good link that's done on the radio, then you'll be able to watch it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can interact with the radio station on there as well. You can get in touch with them on it. So it's all about getting younger people to be involved in radio, but not just by listening to the radio. Even though the fact young people are listening to the radio a lot less is a big concern for a lot of people in the industry at the moment, I'm optimistic about things. I think if stations like GEM here keep diversifying and doing content online and not just things on the radio, then young people might actually realise the radio could be for them, and it has got a future that I look forward to being a part of.